Hey guys, what's up? It's Sue, and I'm here to give you the biggest PSA. Procrastinating sucks. I have a ton of friends who have tried to convince me that they work best under pressure, but that's just not true. We all have that kind of friend who could have better grades, a better sleep schedule, better social life, and overall less stress if they just stopped procrastinating. If you have a friend like that, you need to send them this video right now. If that friend is you need to keep watching because I have a lot to say about this. I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this because in college I did a lot of stuff that other people just didn't have the time to do. I was a part of a lot of student organizations, I traveled a lot, I got to explore the city that I was living in to the fullest, and I got to go out and have decent grades. I also just wanted to say that the biggest flex I had in college was that I got to sleep 7 to 8 hours every single night. And that's not something that everyone can say that they could do. I'm going to tell you essentially how I did that in 5 quick tips. The first tip is to have a planner. Any person that tells you that they can live without a planner is lying to you. They've either have a planner secretly or they forget all of their stuff. Planners are like $5 or you can get an application for free on your computer or your phone. And they're honestly such a great tool to have, and if you're not using it, you're really missing out. If you struggle to start with a planner, just do what I did and just write down everything. For me, the biggest thing was I didn't remember to write down or I didn't know what was important enough. I just wrote down everything. And that way I get into that habit of this planner is important to me, I'm going to carry it around everywhere. It's something that I vitally need every time I try to schedule something new. When you build up that habit, you'll be able to see very clearly what you have going on ahead, and that way you don't confuse days and you get everything sorted out as soon as you get that information. This is a little glimpse of what my planner might look like. So this is basically the planner that I really like. I like the weekly planner that also has the month to month. This is what it might look like on a typical week when I have classes. I'll put office hours, quizzes that I have to do, assignments, interviews. I'll even put dentist appointments or packages that I have to send out. Anything that I have to do, I put it all on this calendar. Tip number 2 is to be realistic about what you can do in your schedule. If you never went to class all semester because it was so boring, then don't say you're gonna watch 8 recorded lectures in one day. That's just not realistic. You know you, and you know you're not gonna do that if you never went to class. You know yourself best. You know what you can and cannot do in any given day. I think oftentimes people procrastinate because they think they can do better or more in the future. But that's just not always the case. You don't know what you can or can't do in the future, but you can control what you can do today. If the thought of reading 10 chapters in one day freaks you out, then why don't you read just 2 chapters every day for 5 days? Tip number 3 is to create a buffer. Now, I don't personally know anyone who does this, but it's something that I've adopted and I really enjoy and has helped me a lot. It's basically saved my ass throughout college. There are just some days I have where I wake up and I don't feel like doing any work. Or maybe I'm just really ill that day, or maybe I get into a car accident, or maybe my friend really needs me. Those kinds of surprises and unexpected things happen every time I try to submit something important. The truth is you have no control over those things, they just kind of happen to you. And what happens when you have something very important to do on those days? I found that the best way to cope with that is to create a buffer. So let's say you have something due on Friday. You definitely should not start doing it on Friday. And maybe even starting on Thursday is risky considering the size of the assignment that you have. In my mind, I like to set it as being due on Wednesday, and I will work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get it done. That way, if Wednesday morning I wake up and I'm so sick that I can't work that day, then I still have time to finish that assignment tomorrow or the next day. On top of that, an added bonus is that if on Thursday morning, after you finished your assignment on Wednesday, you think, oh my god, there's such a better way to do this, then you can go back and fix it. That way you submit the best version of your assignment that you can. It also just reduces a ton of stress. I hate the thought that I have one thing due on Friday and I know it's due on Friday, and then Thursday I end up having a pile-on of assignments that are also due on Friday. And then what do? You just have everything overloading you at the same time. It reduces the stress and you submit great quality of the work that you have. The fourth tip is to separate your study space. I go back and forth with this because some people can't separate their study space, but I was really lucky enough that I've been able to do that, and I find it so incredibly helpful. So my freshman and sophomore year, I really struggled to study at my desk because I didn't have the motivation to go to the library. I lived really close, so I had no reason not to go. But studying at your desk when your bed is 3 feet away is troublesome. I would often push off my work and take a nap instead. In my brain, I created that association that I can always push it off and do it another time. But if I force myself to go to the library and say, you know, I'm not going to leave the library until I finish this chapter, then you not only have a goal, but it's something that's attainable for you to do, and you don't get distracted by having your bed or having friends come to your dorm. It's the mindset that your location is attached to the goal. If you're always able to associate that in your brain of studying and having that goal accomplished, then you'll be able to get things done much quicker and not put it off. My fifth and sort of last tip is to switch it up and ask for help when you get stuck. This is something that's so hard. For me, even still, I hate getting stuck and I hate asking for help. But I think a lot of people like to push off things that seem incredibly hard. You don't want to do it, so you put it off. I remember in college, I would get so stuck on a bug in my code that I would want to stop working altogether. I would get so stuck that I would cry and go to sleep or eat 5 Hot Pockets. When I get stuck like that, I think the best option is to not give up hope that you're useless for that day. It's possible that you tired yourself out, but it's also possible that just that one thing is frustrating you. So if I got stuck in my code, I might transition into writing my paper. And if I got sort of stuck with that, I go back to my code. And so by switching on and off, you can get into that mindset of continuously studying, but also using different parts of your brain so that you don't get so emotionally overwhelmed. If you get stuck on your intro of your essay, why don't you try writing the body or the conclusion? You don't have to start from the beginning all the time. Also, if you get stuck, you just need to ask for help sometimes. I know that's really hard to do. Professors can be standoffish, but they're supposed to help you. And if they don't, that's a whole other problem. Email them, talk to your friends in your class, ask people that you know around you that have taken the course, look it up online, do whatever you can to get yourself unstuck. When you get so stressed and you want to just forget everything, you might just be pushing it off and causing yourself more stress down the line. So you might as well get it fixed as soon as you can. The last thing I'll say is this. For most people, organization does not come naturally. In fact, procrastination might seem like the easiest thing to do. I know for me, it definitely was not easy for me to learn these habits. It takes patience and quite a long time to build these habits, but I promise you, they are so worth it. Even after college, even when I'm not studying, it's helped me to build up that tolerance for working and sitting at my desk for a long time, but also not putting off other things that are important in my life too. Even if no one believes that you can do it, I have complete faith that you can do better. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.